going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be giving you my World Cup predictions for 2018 Russia. Unfortunately, my beloved USA did not qualify. After waiting 4 years eagerly for this World Cup, I'm going to have to wait another 4. But we're not the only country that didn't qualify. Italy, Netherlands, Chile. Maybe we can all come together, form like a group L, and sit and cry in a corner, because I'm definitely down. But in this video, I'm going to go through all of the group stages. I'm going to go through the knockout stages all the way until we have a winner of World Cup 2018 in Russia. And let me know what team you guys are rooting for, what country you're from. If your country made it, that's awesome. Let me know. If your country didn't make it, let me know what country you're going to be rooting for now in the World Cup. I'm still not too sure who I'm going to be rooting for. Let me know who I should root for down there. But let's go ahead and get started. And before you guys disagree with me on something in this video, because that's inevitable, we're not going to have the exact same opinions on every single thing throughout this prediction. But before you call me a stupid yank that knows nothing about football, let's ask ourselves if we really want to be that toxic YouTube comment section that we've seen before. And now I realize that you guys are probably all going to call me that just because I said not to. The World Cup is about unifying everyone as one through the best game on this planet. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that down in the comments down below. No racism, no prejudice against another country. Guys, keep it positive and really show what the World Cup is all about. Okay, so for Group A, we've got Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Uruguay. That is a very competitive group. Not one of the most talented groups, but definitely tough to decide who's going to advance. You've got Russia with the home field, the home crowd. That's going to help. Saudi Arabia, I don't think is the strongest team. Egypt right now with Salah popping off could have a chance, but I think the strongest team in this group is going to be Uruguay. So I'm going to move them down. They're going to be A1. They're going to win the group. Then I think Egypt probably is going to have the second strongest team. But overall, Russia could end up taking that second spot with that home crowd advantage. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Russia down there to A2. I think they're going to advance. Even though I have a few Egyptian friends, I'm sorry. I think you guys are going to go ahead and take third. I think it'll be close, though. Egypt could still definitely do it, but in my predictions, I'm going to go ahead and put Egypt down there in third, and then obviously the fourth team in this group is going to be Saudi Arabia. So let's go ahead and move on to the Group B. Group B is a little bit more straightforward. You've got Spain and Portugal, who are obviously two very, very talented countries, with two countries that are very unlikely to advance, Morocco and Iran. So I'm going to go ahead and put Spain in the first spot for B1 here. I'm going to go with Spain topping the group over Portugal. I can see it being very close, and Portugal could definitely pull it off, but I'm going to put Portugal here in second. Now, when it comes to third and fourth, it doesn't really matter that much, but I do actually think that Morocco, they have a few talented players. I think that they could carry them over top of Iran to take that third spot. They've got players such as Benatia, Jovetic, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and put Iran down here in B4. So we're moving on to Group C, which has France, Australia, Peru, and Denmark. Personally, I think France is miles above the rest of this group. So without a doubt, I'm going to be moving France down to C1. They're going to win Group C. The question is, who is going to come second in this group? It's actually a very tough call for me. Denmark played pretty well in the qualifiers. Christian Eriksen is in form. But if you guys saw Peru in the South American qualifiers, they really fought their ass off and earned that spot in the World Cup. So honestly, I'm going to have to go with Peru taking the second spot in this group. We're going to put them down in C2. That's tough for me to say because I really have Denmark really has a chance, is what I should say. Denmark really has a chance, and even Australia could pull it off. I just don't think that Australia are as strong as these other two teams. Obviously, Aaron Moy of Huddersfield is playing well, but overall their team isn't as strong as France, as Peru, as Denmark, so I'm going to put them at the bottom of the group, and I apologize to my Aussie viewers. I know I have a couple of Aussie friends in the stream as well. They're not going to be happy about that. Sorry to interrupt your broadcast. I just need to ask you to like the video. Alright, back to it. Group D has Argentina, Iceland, Croatia, and Nigeria. Now, I loved Iceland's story, getting through the qualifications and making their first World Cup appearance ever, being carried by Gylfi Sigurdsson, Finn Bogason. I believe he plays for Augsburg in the Bundesliga, but it's not going to be enough to carry them any farther. I think They're going to be coming in last. I'm sorry, Gummy. I got to put them in fourth for Group D. But then who is going to get that D2? Who's going to advance into the knockout stages? Well, I think that will be Croatia. Assuming, let's be real, Argentina are probably going to top this group. But I do think Croatia has what it takes to take the second spot, and Nigeria coming in third for Group D. I do have a few Nigerian friends that I play soccer with, so they're not going to be too happy about this one either, but we're going to put Argentina in first. I would love to see Messi do something, maybe win a trophy this World Cup to get his first trophy with Argentina and really wrap up what has been an unbelievable career. We'll see. I am going to be doing my predictions for the knockout stages as well, based off of what we have coming in first and second in the group stages towards the end of this video. Next up, we have Group E, which very well could be the group of death this time around. We've got Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica, and Serbia. Now, when we look at Group F, that could also be the group of death, but this is a very tough group. There is definitely one team that stands out, and that is Brazil. There's no doubt that I have to put Brazil topping Group E in my predictions. They're just too strong. They dominated the South American qualifiers, and that's not an easy qualifier. You've got to be a good team to get through the South American qualifiers. It's debatable that is the toughest qualifier out of all of the different regions. But then the tough choice is who comes second out of these three: Switzerland, Costa Rica, and Serbia. Well, we look at Costa Rica, who came through the CONCACAF qualifiers, and they still struggled against a couple of teams they probably shouldn't have. And even though they had a nice run in the last World Cup, I have to put them as fourth in Group E. The teams are just too strong. I don't think Costa Rica is going to prevail once again. Obviously, they still have a very good team, Keylor Navas, Ruiz, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. So it's between Switzerland and Serbia, and I'm just going to go with Switzerland here based off of the fact that they have more World Cup experience. They were in the previous World Cup, obviously. They are higher ranked than Serbia, but Serbia really did play well in their qualifiers. They really earned their spot. I'm just going to have them falling barely behind Switzerland here, and they're going to take third in Group E. Oh my goodness, man. Group F. This is not a fun one to predict. You got Germany, Mexico, South Korea, and Sweden. And it's tough. It's tough. I've been looking at this for a little while. I actually haven't even decided which order I'm putting these in, but I have decided who I'm going with to take the top of the group. And I think most of us are. And that's going to be Germany. And the reason I put Germany here is because although they have lost a couple of players to retirement or getting old, like Schweinsteiger, like Lahm. They've replaced those with younger players. And with Royce coming back, and yeah, he might get injured by the time the World Cup starts with how injury-prone he is.
I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs. And every afternoon I break my arms.
They're going to have such a strong team. I think that they could probably end up winning the group with their second team. They are that good right now. So I have to put them to top the group. But coming in second, you've got Mexico, Sweden, and South Korea. That is three, in my opinion, pretty even teams. South Korea obviously qualified in a relatively easy region to qualify in, but they just beat Colombia in a friendly match a few weeks ago, and that really proves that they are good. And in that game, they were very, very quick. They were quick to shut down and make Colombia pass it back. If they can keep that strategy, I think that they could possibly take second, but that doesn't mean Mexico won't beat them. They have been in form. They did great in the Confederations Cup, and although they ended a little bit rough in the qualifications, that might have just been because they had already qualified. I think I gotta put Mexico to come in second in this group. I'm gonna go with South Korea to come in third. I think it'll be close, and don't think I forgot about Sweden. I think that they are going to put up a fight as well, but in a group that is this close, somebody's gotta come in fourth. I'm just gonna go ahead and predict that it would be Sweden. So we're gonna put them as fourth in Group F, but all of those teams are good. All those countries have a chance of advancing, but I'm gonna go with Germany and Mexico in Group F. Group G wasn't as tough for me to decide as Group E and Group F, but it does get difficult deciding who is going to win the group. Obviously, you've got two world-class countries in Belgium and England, and two not-so-world-class countries in Panama and Tunisia. I've never really heard of too many of the Tunisian players. I know they have a couple of players like Kazri and Abdenor, but ultimately I don't really know that many of their players. I haven't seen them play together. I didn't watch any of their World Cup qualifiers. I ultimately don't know anything about them, and that just leads me to put them probably in fourth, which means Panama is going to be in third. I have watched most of Panama's qualifier games, given the fact that they are in the CONCACAF. They can be good on a good day, but they're very inconsistent. They can perform against a good team, but I don't expect them to beat Belgium even on a good day. I don't expect them to beat England on a good day, but England has known to be inconsistent as well. So if Panama has a good day and England has a bad day, Panama could reach out and get a draw against England, but it's not going to be enough to advance from the group stage. I'm going to put England in second behind Belgium, just because I just see Belgium as such a powerhouse right now. I think a lot of people do, and although England did have a great qualifier, I think that Belgium are going to top Group G. Group H is also a pretty difficult group to predict. You've got Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan. Now, Colombia has been pretty good for the past 6 or 7 years. They made their first World Cup appearance in 16 years back in 2014, and they're back again in 2018 in Russia. And they still have a very strong team. Falcao is back from injury. They didn't have him in 2014. James stepped up in 2014. I think he's going to be just as good this time around. I'm going to go ahead and say Colombia tops this group. Now, a lot of my friends have actually been saying Poland could come out and top this group, and one of my friends even says that Poland could make it as far as the semifinals of the World Cup, and I just can't put it that far. But Poland definitely do have a chance of reaching out of this group, but you cannot count out Senegal. They have a very strong team right now, maybe one of the best Senegalese teams of all time. You've got Mane, you've got Moussa Sow, you've got Balde Diallo. Defensively, you've got players like Kalidou Koulibaly, which that's a very solid squad. Now, there's a couple positions they might need to fill in with some local players like goalkeeper or fullbacks, but ultimately Senegal have a very solid starting 11 and could surprise a couple of teams. Ultimately, I don't see Japan as very strong, so I'm going to go ahead and put Japan in fourth. Obviously, Japan, they've been pretty good for a while, but they've never been world class. They've really never shown anybody that they're capable of winning a World Cup yet, so I'm going to have to put them in fourth here. Even though they consistently qualify, they have World Cup experience, I'm going to put them at fourth in Group H. So it comes down to it. Is it Poland or is it Senegal getting second in Group H? I really want Senegal to do well, but I think Poland are going to pull it off and come in second in this group. I do have a friend from Senegal as well. He's rooting for him, obviously. I really would love to see Senegal do well, but I also love players on Poland. Even as a Dortmund fan, I still love Lewandowski. Who doesn't love Kuba? Who doesn't love Piszczek? I think Poland have a very solid squad up and down. Assuming that I got every single group correct for first and second place, you know, bar maybe mixing up a couple of third and fourth place, this is what the World Cup 2018 in Russia's bracket would look like in the round of 16. You've got Uruguay, Portugal, France versus Croatia, Brazil versus Mexico, Belgium versus Poland, Spain versus Russia, Argentina versus Peru, Germany versus Switzerland, Colombia versus England. So let's go ahead and start up in the top left. We have got Uruguay versus Portugal. Now, obviously, Uruguay would have won their group, Portugal coming in second to Spain, but I still think Portugal is going to take that W. Portugal, obviously, winning the Euros in 2016. I think they're going to carry some of that momentum going into the World Cup. I don't think Ronaldo is going to be the main factor. I think Portugal is just overall still a very, very good team with or without Ronaldo. Obviously, Ronaldo will still be playing in this World Cup, but based off of the just very, very poor performance he's had so far in La Liga this year, maybe he's starting to decline in his career. But Ronaldo, nonetheless, an absolute monster. He could still be a big factor for this World Cup. Then we've got France versus Croatia. Now, Croatia, Luka Modric, they've got a few good players, but France just seem like an absolute god squad right now. They've got young talent. They've got old talent. They've got talent all over. I think France are going to take that W. Then you've got Brazil versus Mexico. And this one, I think Brazil are going to take it. Brazil dominated throughout the qualifiers down in South America. I think that they are going to continue that through Mexico. Then we've got Belgium versus Poland. And again, my friends think Poland are going to go far, but I think they're going to be stopped by Belgium here. Belgium have one of the best teams in the world right now. I see them at least making it in to the next round. Then we've got Spain versus Russia, and despite Russia's home field advantage, that home crowd advantage, I've got Spain moving on. They struggled in 2014, but I don't think they're going to struggle as much in this World Cup. They're going to at least get out of the group stage and at least make it into the final 8. Then we've got Argentina versus Peru, and as much of a believer I am in Peru, I think Argentina are going to take this W going up against Spain in the next round. Then we've got Germany versus Switzerland, border countries there. In Germany, as I said earlier, they could probably play their second team and still come out with a W against Switzerland. Not saying Switzerland is a poor country by any means. It's just how strong Germany are. Then we've got England versus Colombia, which is a tough one to actually predict. Colombia are a very good team. They have the heart and passion to get through England. But then again, England have a strong team right now. Harry Kane is in form, and if England can stay consistent, they have the team that can beat Colombia. So I'm going to put them through against Colombia. Then we're going back up to Portugal versus France, a rematch of the Euro 2016 finals, in which France was the favorites. And I think France are the favorites in this one. And I think they're going to get their revenge. I think they are going to pull through against Portugal. Another very, very good game. These are some tough games to predict. Brazil versus Belgium, Spain versus Argentina, Germany versus England. The best of the best. But then we've got Brazil versus Belgium. This is a tough one because Belgium have a world-class team, and I'm big believers in them. But just Brazil are such a strong team right now. But ultimately, I do think Belgium are going to go through. That's a bit controversial. Let me know what you guys think. Who would win in that game, assuming that would eventually happen? Now, we know anything can happen in the World Cup, so I'm probably going to come back to this towards the end of the end of the group stage in the World Cup and redo my predictions based off of who is already advanced from the group. I'm sure I've got a few of them wrong. Hopefully not too many. Then we've got Spain versus Argentina. And Spain, although very strong, I want Argentina to win. I think Argentina are going to win this game. Messi, obviously, coming back from retirement. We all knew he wasn't going to stay retired. But Argentina's strikers have always been poor in the World Cup. They've always been poor for their country, and no matter what competition. But I think with Dybala, I think with Higuain, and I think with Aguero, and I think with Icardi and Gomez, they've got enough depth that they can find a striker that is going to put away their goals to get them in to the Final Four of the World Cup. Then we've got Germany versus England, and here is a tough one. There's a lot of history between Germany and England in the World Cup. I just see Germany as such a strong team, so even if England were to force out a draw and take it to penalties, let's be real, guys. We know how that ends. Germany moving on to the Final Four. We've got France, Belgium, Argentina, and Germany. So France versus Belgium. France and Belgium, two teams that, when I asked you guys on Twitter, a lot of people said both of these teams could very well end up winning 2018 World Cup in Russia. So the winner of this game could very well go on to win it all. I think it's going to be France. They've got so much young talent. Ousmane Dembele, if he can stay healthy, I think he's going to be a big factor. You've got Kylian Mbappe up top as well, the young duo, and they're just stacked all throughout the team. You cannot find a position on that French lineup that doesn't have a world-class player on it, to be honest. Then you've got Germany versus Argentina, and I think the favorite in this game is probably Germany, but I think Argentina are going to push through. Given that this is Messi's last World Cup, the last chance for Messi to win a trophy for his country, I think they're going to push through Germany and get to the finals against France. So it'll be France and Argentina making another appearance in back-to-back World Cup finals. So France versus Argentina, and as much as I would love the fairy tale of Messi winning against Argentina, retiring as, you know, possibly the greatest of all time, arguably the greatest of all time. That would be an amazing, amazing story. But I just have to be realistic. I'm trying to stay not biased as much as I would love to see that happen. Even though I'm not like a huge Messi fan, I'm just a football fan. I would love to see it happen, but honestly, I think France have the best team right now, and I think that they have what it takes to become the champions of the World Cup 2018 in Russia. Again, guys, make sure to slap a like on the video if you did enjoy, and let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Keep it friendly, keep it positive. That's what the World Cup is all about, guys. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out.